If you're selling something online, adding add to your order to the page might be killing your conversions. So the question is, what should you be doing instead? Most people don't realize this, but as soon as you say to somebody, add this to your order, buy now, one of these kind of transaction focused terms, they immediately start resisting. And if you do this too early, they're going to resist before you've even really made the offer to them, which means no sale. In this video, I want to show you how to flip this so that you can actually boost your conversions without really changing anything else in your marketing. Okay, so all about the invisible conversion flow. You got to keep it secret, right? So it's a mistake that kills a lot of conversions people, whether this is the initial conversion, it's terrible on upsell pages as well. And the thing is that people are asking for the sale way too early. Again, most people don't realize that they're doing this and how it's killing their conversions. I'm going to run you through a quick example of a real world consultation that I did a couple of days back to help somebody increase the conversion rates on their upsell sequences. And I'll explain the theory behind it all. But first, I want to explain where I first learned this. So a couple of years back, I was running a new offer and I reached out to somebody who runs probably the best conversion rate optimization agency in the UK. Our paths had crossed in the past before this. And I was like, hey, can you take a look at this and give me some feedback? And he said, look, let's do it a different way. Why don't we jump on a call? I'll share my screen and I'll go through it live with you and I'll tell you what I'm thinking as I'm going through it. Basically like a live screen recording for user experience mapping. It was really good. And imagine this is the page that I'd created. It was a lot longer than that, actually. Let's make this realistic. I did this big, long form sales page, and I did the common things that you see a lot of people do. Now, this was for a high ticket offer as well. Had a video up here. In fact, I had the headline, subhead, video, and this would be the CTA, buy now, book a call, whatever it was at that time. Some social proof, and then we had this as like the problem section with an image, solution, proof, right? And what I'd done when I built this is I'd put a buy now button here, a buy now button here, a buy now button here, a buy now button here. Every section had a CTA in it. And I still build pages like this a lot of the time, but it depends on the page, right? And basically this guy jumped in and he logs in and he goes, all right, good headline. You could maybe add this, you could do this, you could change that. And then as soon as he saw this CTA here that was like buy now, he said, I'm not ready to buy now. This is too early. And I was like, what do you mean you're not ready to buy now? And he's like, look, all I've seen is a headline. I've seen a very short video explaining what this is. Some people might be ready to buy now, but this was like I think it was 3K a month offer. And he goes, I don't really know enough. If this is cold traffic, you've told me exactly what's happening and what you want from me before you've told me what it's going to do for me. I don't want it. So basically what I then did was followed his advice, and the whole advice that this guy had, he basically said, I want to spend more time building the argument of why this is necessary, the problem that they're facing, what it's costing them, all of that sort of stuff. And then I basically moved the first CTA down to here. And that actually really helped increase stuff. I also had to strengthen all of this up here because it then had to become this argument of you've got this problem, this is what it's costing you, this is how I can help, this is what it will do for you, all of this sort of stuff. And what it came down to is something that I've realized in recent years makes a huge difference when you're trying to sell anything online, and that is consumption. If you want somebody to buy something from you, they have to consume the materials that you're sending them, whether that's a sales page, a VSL, a webinar, email sequence, whatever it might be. They have to consume that to understand why this thing is necessary. Okay, so let's go back to the guy that I did a consultation with the other week. He was running this kind of a funnel, and it was a free opt-in to a one-time offer $7 product, and then we had upsell 1, and then it was upsell 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5 upsells, which we changed. And he had a bump in here as well. So in short, he had good take rates to go to the free opt-in and reasonable sales on this. What we essentially decided to do, which I'll talk about in other videos, is we actually cut the free opt-in and drove traffic direct to the paid offer. But the bigger problem was the upsell 1. Now I shoot for at least 15% conversion rate on upsell 1 in a funnel. His was at 3 to 5% depending on the time period. Simply not good enough, right? So he could be tripling the amount of money that he takes here. And if you imagine if this is a $97 offer, you get 100 people in, he's getting, say, 3 people is 300. What he could be getting and should be getting is 1,500. It's a big difference for every 100 people that come through. The major problem that we saw was as soon as you landed on the upsell page, at the top it was like, do you want to add this to your order? Okay. Now there is a time for this question, and whenever I build upsell pages, and now a lot of sales pages as well, this gets pushed right down towards the bottom. Okay. The reason is that as soon as you hit somebody with the thing like, hey, do you want to pay me some money? People are like, not really, no. Nobody wants to give you money. What they want to do is they want to solve a problem, but they don't want to give you money. So when you lead with that, the hesitation is there, the walls are up, they're less likely to engage with the page, they're less likely to consume it. They're just going to look for that thing that says, no thanks. So they'll scroll straight to the bottom and they'll just say no. And could you blame them? Not really. Now, the reasoning for this is very simple, right? We are all effectively just doing one thing. We are selling this transformation. This is today, this is where your user is, this is where they want to be, their dream life, or whatever, the dream, whatever it is that you sell. And that's the transformation, it's going to be that. And our primary offers, the high ticket things that we make money with, are going to do that whole journey from where they are today to where they are. With a lot of small offers where you bring people in and you're going through upsells, you're selling them the solution to get over the first bit, the upsells will take them the next step. It's like 1, 2, okay? When you sell somebody this thing here, in their mind, they've solved the problem. The analogy that I often use is if this is somebody's going to lose £50 and today they're £50 over where they want to be, you're going to sell them the gym membership. Now in their mind, they're like, I have solved my problem. I've joined the gym. All I need to do is turn up and do the work and I'll get there. They don't think that they actually need anything else from you. So when they turn up on their first day and you're like, hey, why don't you pay for personal training? Like, don't need it, mate. Just paid for the gym, going to lose all this weight, going to get buff. And with this offer, it was the same kind of thing. They have a problem. They think that this is what's going to solve it. So when you immediately hit them with, do you also want to buy this? They're like, nah, they don't need it. There was no education on the next problem. Okay. And that's essentially what you need to be looking at. Is how can you get people to consume the marketing material and the sales material so that they're actually receptive to the offer? Don't just lead with the offer, get them to consume it. And I've spoken about this many, many times that we are all essentially problems, solutions. We're in this game, right? You have a problem, I sell you the solution. You use the solution, you get an end result, which is great, but that creates a new problem. Most people don't realize that they're going to have the second problem. The person who joins the gym doesn't realize that they're not going to hit their goals because they don't know how to use machines, they're not going to stay consistent, their nutrition's wrong. So you actually need to educate them on that next problem so that then they're more receptive to the offer. And that is what this wasn't doing. There's no education here about the next problem. Somebody comes in and they're saying, I've just solved my problem because I've bought this. And you're like, do you also want to buy this? They're like, no, because I've just solved my primary problem. So what you have to do is you almost have to hide and make the conversion element invisible for the time being. So what we do with this consulting client the other day was we built something at the top of the page, which was to get them to stay on the page and engage. And it was like, hey, thanks so much for buying product A. You're going to get, and the basic flow that I use for this is there's like a headline. So the headline will be a quick thank you and also a prompt to get them to stay on the sales page, whether it's a video or whatever. Please read this letter. Please watch this video while we do this thing so they don't really feel like they're missing out on anything. While we set up your account, while we send you your stuff, whatever it might be, while you wait. So please watch this stuff. Please read this stuff. Okay. And then they're like, oh, okay, cool. And then it's here. We get them excited. You've just bought this thing and it's going to do amazing things for you. You're going to be able to do A, B, C, D, E. Your life is going to transform for the best ways, however. And then we segue into the new problem. I've not made this page long enough. You've just joined a gym. You're going to be fitter than you've ever been. You're going to be healthier and you're going to be working towards your goals. However, there's a problem that we find with most people who join the gym and that their progress slows. They quickly hit a plateau. They lose £5 or £10, but then they peter out and they don't know what the problem is. The problem is that they don't really know how to use the machines. But if you know the right technique and the right system and the right routine to have, you're actually going to lose £20, £30, £40. So you introduce a new problem, new solution, and then you make the offer. So the new solution here is, we'll put a plan together. You just need a plan, something that you can turn up, follow, make it easy, and then you make the new offer. Done. Like that. That way, then they're more likely to consume this because here it doesn't feel like it's salesy. Here they're now intrigued because they've actually, oh my God, is that problem going to happen to me? I don't want that to happen. Oh my God. Oh, thankfully there's a solution. I can easily solve this. Oh, it's only an extra $100. I might as well pay for it. And so basically what we did here was you hide that conversion mechanism. You make it invisible until the right time. As with this guy up here who told me basically I wanted to move the CTA down here. Ben gave me some great advice there. This was now going to be my first CTA, because at that point then they know about the problem, they feel the problem, they know that there's a solution. I'm like, I have the solution. And they're like, actually, yeah, cool. It's the same thing with your upsell pages. You don't want to just lead with, hey, give me more money, hey, give me more money, hey, give me more money. People are too resistant. You need to get them to consume it. The best way to do that is to remind them of what they've just bought, get them to feel excited about it. Then you segue into the new problem, and then you segue into the new solution, and then you make the offer. This way, not only are you going to see that the time on those pages increase and the engagement with the video, with the sales letter, whatever mechanism it is that you're using will increase, but also people will be far more receptive when you actually make that offer. And that's what this is all about. People are so focused on, I need to make more sales, so I just need to hit people with the sales message, buy. But a good sales message is not about buying. It's about educating on the problems that they will face, how this solution works, why it will work, and then removing the hesitations that they might have about actually buying this. If you can do that, this offer is actually going to do way better than if you just said, hey, buy this also, buy this also, buy this also. The method works because it's based on basic human psychology, right? When you allow customers to absorb the value first, they're naturally more keen and more receptive to the pitch. They're going to be less resistant to you making that pitch of, hey, why don't you pay me some more money? And while this is like the invisible conversion flow and it sounds like it might be a bit sneaky, it's not sneaky really. It's just waiting until the right time to make that pitch. If you think about somebody on the street coming up to you going, hey, give me $100, you're going to be like, piss off. But if they were there and they explained the problem, the solution, all of this stuff, you're going to be more receptive to that. Now, I've used this upsell strategy to increase upsell conversions by 20 to 300%. And it works very simply because it takes what is, in essence, an interruption. They bought the product, they just want to get using it. It's an interruption to that process. It then moves it into becoming like this natural progression that feels like it is the right thing for them. And for this, you don't need to change the entire funnel. You just need to reposition how the offer is presented. Now, I've done videos as well on self-liquidating offers on the channel. You can go find those about how to pick the right offers. But that combined with this is a really powerful method to increase the average order value so you can cover your ad costs, basically get more money to take home. Now, I've got templates for all of these things within the Growth Models Plus community. There is a link in the description where you can come in and check it all out for a single $1 as a trial in the Growth Models Plus community, and multiple courses, multiple templates so that you can quickly implement this in your business to actually make more sales in less time. If you're not yet ready to check that out, that's cool. But just remember, if your sales page starts with a hey, buy this, or your upsell page starts with add this to your order, you're probably making it too obvious that you're just trying to collect money and that person isn't yet ready to make that decision. So move it further down the page, take the time to explain their problem, that you understand it, that there is a solution, that you have the solution, that the solution works, then make the offer. That way you'll get more people to actually buy from you. Now, if you find this helpful, hit the like button, subscribe, do all of that stuff that I'm supposed to ask you for, because I'm doing more of these videos and hopefully I can help you increase the sales. And if you want a closer relationship with me, you want my personal help, come join us in Growth Models Plus and we'll see what we can do to scale your business.